everyone, Jane Applegath here, founder of the Epic Vision Zone, where we say it's your life, it's your story, make it epic. Every show we offer you an inspiring person or message to bring you closer to living your epic life story now. Thank you for being here. You can listen to the audio version on your favorite app or watch it on YouTube, and be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. It is said that technology, imbued with wisdom, adorned with ethics, and draped in compassion, possesses the power to address complex challenges, steer positive change, and foster groundbreaking results. Known as a modern-day warrior, retired Navy commander, three-time commanding officer, and returning warrior weekend workshop founder, Darlene Greene understands what it takes to overcome adversities. Suffering from decades with multiple health issues and caring for her husband, who was diagnosed with early Alzheimer's, Darlene researched and tried endless costly therapies until she discovered the groundbreaking technology that offered her the solution she had always dreamed of. Darlene says, imagine discovering a patented and scientifically proven wearable wellness patch that activates your own stem cells and resets them to a younger, healthier state, all while naturally increasing your energy and stamina. And it's something everyone can have. It's not a drug, but a historical breakthrough in stem cell activation that stimulates your existing but dormant stem cells through phototherapy, the same way your body makes vitamin D when you are in the sun. A small patch serves as a mechanism that reflects your own energy and light back into your body to elevate you to a whole new level of vitality and improve energy, sleep, pain reduction, healthier skin, wellness, and so much more. Today, Darlene's mission is to help you take charge of your own health so that you can live a full and inspiring life. After experiencing amazing results for herself and watching her family and friends have their own miracles, Darlene is passionate about sharing this groundbreaking technology so that you too can experience a whole and vibrant life now. Welcome, Darlene. I am so excited to have you here for an encore presentation.
Thank you, Jane. It's just an honor to be here with you today.
Well, I have experienced some of the miracles of this technology, and I am excited to delve into it and have our audience understand more of how this works. So give us some insight into the discovery of this technology.
Absolutely, Jane. So it really started with the goal of optimal health and nutrition. I mean, light therapy or phototherapy has been around for decades, 5,000 years. And it's been repeatedly proven to improve health by exposing skin to specific wavelengths of light. So there are endless doctors and scientists that are using this technology, from cardiologists and anesthesiologists to, brain doctors, skin doctors, you name it. And many believe that this is the medicine of the future.
Yes, I could certainly see that. It's very exciting to have the advantage that we do today with technology and what we understand about how the body functions. So that being said, tell us a bit about the history of this technology, because I found that absolutely fascinating.
Absolutely. Well, it's evolved over the years, over the course of that 5,000 years. The light therapy has certainly changed. And this particular technological breakthrough was initially actually developed when the Department of Defense asked our founder and inventor to create a solution for Navy SEALs. They needed energy and they weren't sleeping, 4 days at a time. And so he developed this technology, and it was so effective that it ended up very quickly, within weeks, being picked up by the Stanford swim team and then the Olympic swim team. And before you know it, over 300 Olympic athletes are wearing these patches in the 2008 Olympics, which really serves to show you how trusted and safe it is, and that there are no drugs going in the skin. So the first patches improved performance and energy, reduced fatigue and recovery time, and increased mitochondrial function, which is the powerhouse of the cell. The initial mission was really introduce light therapy to the public to improve quality of life and increase energy and sleep and offer pain relief. Another goal was to prompt the body to elevate specific beneficial peptides. So in 2006, that mission evolved into being more about anti-aging and introducing products to elevate antioxidants, improve cognitive function, strength, stamina, and the way people age. So it's just amazing because this non-transdermal patch, which means nothing is entering the body. It's not like a nicotine patch. It's not like a pain patch or a steroid patch. Nothing is entering the body except light, and no prescription is required.
Wow, sounds almost too good to be true, right? And I'm sure that was something that you thought of as well, because it is something that we have heard of, a stem cell regenerative science, which is what this uses as its core. But give us some insight into the move into the stem cells and that science from where he initially brought this into the market and where it is today, and the expansion of where they're going with this, because it's really exciting.
That's an excellent question and a good point, Jane. So really, in 2008, he undertook an initiative to really study and contribute to the field of stem cells and regenerative science. And over the course of really 10 years in the lab, with $4 million spent and over 70 patents earned just in the field of stem cells, they created this release of new technology that activates your own stem cells with light, causing them to behave like their younger and healthier selves. In fact, it goes so far as to even reset genes to their younger and healthier state, even within 24 hours. 4,000 genes reset to their younger, healthier state in the first 24 hours.
Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing. And I know the results are different for everyone, but just the fact that we can use this technology today without the advent, like you said, of drugs or something foreign going into our bodies, it's basically our own bodies helping itself, which is what the body innately wants to do, which is heal itself. But we're just giving it that little boost, in other words, to hold that powerful light that we have within us to help it regenerate. So that just amazing. Well, that being said, and you did touch a little bit on phototherapy, but give us an idea of how that actually works.
Absolutely. Phototherapy, sometimes called light therapy, it works by tapping into the communication signals that light has on our body. So many people are familiar with the power of sunlight to create vitamin D. You know, you go out in the sun, your body reaches these new capabilities of creating vitamin D. Also, your skin tans, it changes and elevates melanin, right? So that same functionality is what is used with our technology. Only the patch is tapping into the light that is already within you, that heat. If I were to look at you with night vision goggles on, Jane, I would see light inside of you. And so this technology is specifically designed, you can think of it a little bit like a double-sided mirror, so that it's reflecting your own light back into your body at a very specific wavelength to stimulate a positive chemical response, like that elevation of vitamin D or melanin.
Mm. Wow, that's a great visual. I certainly can see that, and how it sounds so simple, but we've taken a lot of time to get here. So this is science fact, not science fiction, because it does kind of seem like a Star Wars thing that's out there. But in simple terms, tell us then, you may have answered this question, but exactly how this technology works.
So phototherapy, the technology is tapping into the body's innate wisdom and its natural capability to heal itself. The patches are incredibly safe with no contraindications, regardless of what medicines people might be on or what therapies they're utilizing. This is signaling through our own natural light to enhance a variety of natural processes, including the activation of GHKCU, copper peptide, that wakes up your dormant pluripotent stem cells so that they can go to work and reduce inflammation, reduce pain, improve energy, increase sleep, increase quality of sleep, wound healing, muscle recovery, collagen, mental clarity. I mean, there's a list you can see of all of the amazing things that this does when you elevate GHKCU.
Yes, absolutely. And you said the health benefits are right there, but give us a little insight into this GHCKU, because that is sort of the key here.
GHKCU copper peptide has been studied very profoundly for 50 years, and really you can Google it in PubMed. Anybody can go look it up and see 50 years of studies showing the benefits. And the benefits are astonishing, from anti-cancer to improving lungs, to improving heart, to improving brain. It increases energy flow, improves strength and stamina. It supports the whole health and well-being without drugs and stimulants. And I love the fact that pharmaceuticals are typically masking an issue, but what these are doing is actually getting to the root cause of why you're not sleeping, why you have inflammation, why don't you have energy. So it's helping build muscle, it's helping to provide tissue repair, it increases your length of life. We have patches that reduce addictions and cravings. There are patches that actually detoxify the body, boost the immune system. Amazing for skin health, so people are looking younger and looking less wrinkly. I mean, the women just go crazy of how much younger they are looking. And really, what's also amazing is blood pressure optimizing, stress relief, and athletic performance and endurance. Even your organs, all your organs, not just your heart and your brain and your lungs, but your kidney, your liver, your adrenal glands, all of that, and your mood. And I have to tell you a funny story, but almost every week I get somebody that's on the patches that says to me, my libido is on fire. And it makes me happy because people are having more energy and they're feeling better.
Well, it sounds incredible. Tell us about this dynamic duo. I know there's so many patches that can address many things, but these seem to be the core and they work incredibly well together.
Absolutely. So I love the dynamic duo. Whenever somebody has an issue, almost always that issue stems from inflammation. And while our stem cell activation patch is great at so many things, and it will work in the long run for you, when you have inflammation eating up your stem cells, which it does, then you're not getting the results of those stem cells really going to work for you. And so by reducing the level of inflammation in your body while you elevate your stem cell activation, wow, you really get improvement faster and you feel it more quickly, and you're really getting to the root cause of that. Our anti-inflammation patch used to be the #1 best-selling patch until the stem cell activation patch came out, and it reduces inflammation and stress. It balances the autonomic nervous system, calming the brain, balancing the hormones, elevating the immune system, and amazing for anti-aging, because inflammation is what's aging us in large regard.
Right. So you have one that's addressing the stem cell rejuvenation and you have one that's addressing the inflammation. I could see how that could be a really dynamic duo. And of course, something that I think you recommend most people start with, because I know that's where I started and I'm loving it. So moving on then, because you did mention rejuvenate, and I've said it many times, rejuvenation, this has also been considered the holy grail of rejuvenation. So give us some insight into that, because that is something especially women are always interested in.
Absolutely. Well, really, when you think about it, most disease or illness or even aging is happening at the cellular level. And because these are improving the health of every cell in your body, over time, it does everything from reduce the fine lines and wrinkles to, improving your nails, your hair growth, as well as those key organs, your brain, your heart function, all of those things. So we not only look younger, we feel younger. It even increases collagen. I mean, we think of collagen in our face, which is great. Like, women are getting all sorts of things to have collagen in their face, But this is elevating your own collagen through your whole body. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. So when you are elevating collagen throughout your body internally, every cell is healthier. And that's why it's the holy grail of rejuvenation.
Mm. Well, I was fascinated when I got this slide because I spoke with Darlene earlier and I said, is this the same woman? Because I could not believe it. So tell our audience, give us a little history of this photograph and how she was using the patches to get to.
I,
In fact, I think she's reverse aging at this point.
he is. He absolutely is. So this is Marcy, and Marcy's just a dear, a sweetheart that is a dear friend of mine. And she, in 2019, she had fast growing cells or cancer. She'd had a full mastectomy, and then her cancer came back into the skin. And so she was really in 2019 in that picture not doing well at all. And a friend of hers brought her 10 of the stem cell activation patches and said, Marcy, I want you to wear these. And Marcy said, I am dying and you're bringing me Band-Aids? And she said, trust me, I have looked at all the, there's over 90 clinical studies. I've looked into the research, just trust me and begin these. And you can see the results. She is now cancer-free. She looks younger every year. She is healthy and feeling fantastic, all because a friend had the courage to hand her and the generosity to share with her these patches, like you're doing, Jane.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But I do want to have a disclaimer that this isn't necessarily the answer if you have a diagnosis such as cancer. It's something to help boost whatever other modalities that you are engaged with your health practitioner. But this is really helping your body help itself, right?
That's right. We want to make sure we say that our products are not intended to cure, treat, diagnose, or prevent disease, and to consult with your doctor. And if you consult with your doctor, you just say, hey, doc, how do you feel about light therapy? And they're all going to say, sure. I mean, I don't know of a doctor that's going to tell you light therapy is a bad idea. It is clearly a great idea.
Right. And it doesn't interfere with anything. As I've had this discussion with Darlene because, people have medication or they're on therapies, et cetera, et cetera. And really it's your body helping itself. So it's actually just wonderful. And thank you for sharing that story because Marcy just looks incredible. The last picture is recent and I said she looks younger than the second picture. So it's absolutely.
2024, she looks better than she did in the 2023 picture now, actually.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Soon she'll be a little girl so if the way she's going.
Benjamin Button going on.
Right. I know that there are several patches that address many things, but one of the top issues that several individuals have is pain and pain reduction. Because that's the case, just give us a highlight of the one that was developed for pain.
Absolutely, Jane. I'm so glad you asked. I will say this, that the stem cell activation patch and the anti-inflammation patch reduce pain dramatically for a lot of people. But it's, again, a little bit more timely. It takes more time. It's slower, more mitigated. It doesn't usually take it away immediately. But there are patches in our arsenal that dramatically reduce pain within 15 seconds. We've had people that were, if you rated pain 1 to 10 and they were at a 12, they dropped to 0 in 15 seconds. It is absolutely remarkable. And it's proven in double-blind placebo-controlled studies. They've gone into hospitals and done these. There's not only this pain reduction, but there's a calming and cooling effect on the skin that you can actually see in imaging. And so it's known to reduce inflammation. It's even known to reduce the temperature of the skin and the below the skin within like a degree, actually. And what I love about it is sedating this excess energy that's in the connective tissue to reduce inflammation that is causing pain. And it's non-addictive. There's no drugs, right? So instead of having these pharmaceuticals going into your system and wreaking all sorts of havoc, you have these patches. You can put them on kids, you can put them on grandparents, you can put them on pets, right? They are so phenomenal and so good for you, as opposed to everything else you would throw at pain, which is not. And they work so much faster. I literally just had someone in the hospital who came out 20 out of 10 pain and then was put on morphine, right? And they were now 8 out of 10 pain and they were writhing in pain. And I patched them with these pain reduction patches and they immediately dropped to 0. And Jane, never did they ever take a medicine after that. No Tylenol, nothing ever after the surgery, where they'd been at 20 and then at 8, and then we patched them and now they're at 0 and they stayed at 0 and they never ever had to take even a Tylenol. So these are remarkable. I got to experience this myself with my broken foot and my sprained ankle, but others, I've had other people come over with all sorts of ailments, and it's just the most fun thing to do is to patch people with these pain reduction patches because it happens so instantaneously. The other patches are not instantaneous, but these are. And so they get to feel it and say, oh my gosh, this really is working. And it's just delightful.
Wow. Sounds amazing. So that is one other in the arsenal, as you call it, but certainly one that I know many, many individuals could use today. So, and like you said, there are no side effects from a pharmaceutical or, other things that might happen and the length of time that it might take for that to get into your system. Now, a lot of people might be thinking, well, the cost of this will be way over my budget, because I know it from your experience. You told me that you went through the traditional stem cell injections, et cetera, and it cost you a fortune. So give our audience an idea of the affordability of this type of technology.
I love that you brought that up, Jane, because I will tell you, I was really praying for a miracle because we were going out of country to get stem cell IVs quarterly at $10,000 an IV with injections included for my husband and for me. And we had no discernible results. So I was very concerned of what these would cost. I mean, I'm thinking this is a powerful patch. This is going to, if this is really elevating our stem cells, what is this going to cost? And so imagine when they told me $99 for a month supply, I about fell out of my chair. Bring it on. That is phenomenal. And people, and not only did I experience, my husband and I both experienced phenomenal results in the very first week of trying them, but people are experiencing wound healing and other kinds of things at the same level that they did receiving stem cell injections with the tiniest fraction of the cost and no safety issues at all. Anytime you have an injection, there's a risk, right? And there's a lot of controversy around stem cell IV or what kind. And really, when you think about the fact that half of our stem cells are dormant at 30 and almost all of them are dormant at age 60, even if you're pulling out your own stem cells, are they awake and alive? I don't know. $99. $99 is the stem cell activation patch. The other one is $49. The anti-inflammation patch is only $49 a month. So the dynamic duo at $150 for someone who has an issue is just truly remarkable.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
You would wear the patches for like a month for every decade you are old to give them a chance. This is not an overnight solution. This is going to take time. This is stem cell and cellular rejuvenation, right? So it can't be expected that you didn't get into this situation overnight. You're not going to get out of it overnight. You do need to give it a little bit of time, but they will work. It's not a matter of if they'll work. They're proven to work. In double-blind placebo-controlled studies, they're proven to work. It's just a matter of when do you notice it?
Right. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, because often, especially in this world today, we want instant results. And if we don't see it, we automatically go to, oh, it's not working. But because this is working on a holistic level, it's like anything natural. It's like you don't start changing your diet and expect the next week that you're completely rejuvenated and your health is back and everything else. No, it takes time. But absolutely, and to get started with that package. So those are the the dynamic duo that you mentioned. And again, all of the other additional ones, because they're ones that you say specifically for different issues in your body. Those, you consult with Darlene, and we'll get into that, because there are, depending on what your issues are. But the point is that it's very affordable to get started with this, and it is something that everybody can try. And I love your story about, I'm dying here and you bring me band-aids. It's like, no, I'm bringing you band-aids of hope, of whatever. But that was so fabulous. Thank you for that. So I was just speaking about that. So about getting more information. So where can people get some more information to really look into the history of this if they're interested?
Yeah, so all the studies are available at the website startx39now.com. You can see the patent, which proves that it elevates GHKCU. You can see all the benefits of GHKCU, some of the ones that I spoke about, the anti-cancer, the resetting of cancer cells, all of those are available. The double-blind placebo-controlled studies are available. You can hear doctors talking about the patches. You can actually see a video on each of the different patches. You can hear testimonials on the patches. You can even see the patches available for pets and horses. And there's a video on horses that's amazing to watch them when they're out of pain, how they're moving differently. And a lot of people will patch their pet first. I have stories of people whose pets were paralyzed, not walking, and 3 days in, they're moving like a young pup. And I will tell you that then the parents are like, I'm patching. They started with their pet, but the next thing you know, they're patching. So that website will offer you amazing, more information in a day than you can even get through in a day. People can also reach out to me at my email, darlene.greene@mac.com, and I'll be delighted to provide a free consultation to your folks, Jane, to address specific goals. And even if they'd like to have a doctor join us for a conversation, I have a doctor that we can meet with as well, where you can ask specific questions. So really amazing opportunities. And then there's also wholesale prices and free product opportunities, so that you can go to the website and you can learn a lot about it. And then you want to talk with us about, where do I begin, and what do I need, and how do I start, and what do I need to do to begin this and get this delivered to my doorstep and start?
Yes, absolutely. And I have to tell you, Darlene is not only passionate about this because of the results her and her husband and her friends and families have received, but she is so knowledgeable. I mean, she talks like a doctor. I mean, but that's fabulous that if you do have a physician that you want to get on the call just to make sure everything is on the up and up, that is available to you. So be sure to connect with Darlene, and also too, for not just the free consultation, but for a gift and possibility of, further offers that she has. So where can we get this technology? Is this available everywhere?
Oh, well, this makes me happiest of all. It's available in over 87 countries. That's
Hmm.
just the most amazing thing. We have 15 global distribution centers. There's a money back guarantee. As we talked about, it's 100% safe, no contraindications. It doesn't matter if you're going through chemotherapy or any kind of therapy, whatever the modality, you're fine with this along with it. It will only serve to help your body through the process. Everything's organic. The nanocrystals in the patch are hermetically sealed. So again, nothing going in the body except light. And really, there's no risk when you have a money back guarantee. There's not a better investment you could make in yourself and the health of yourself. It's even an investment in your family, because when you feel better, you do better with your family.
Right. Yes, absolutely. In fact, I'd love you to share the story of cooking, because you told me that, you always thought, I just don't like cooking, but you realized something once you started with this therapy. Tell our audience that, because I just love that story.
Yeah. I truly hated cooking. But yet, because my husband has early Alzheimer's, we really took out sugar and white flour and alcohol and soda, and only organic, and nothing genetically modified, and all the, like, cooking is a bit of a pain in our family because you can't just buy anything off the shelf. They all have canola oil. We don't do canola oil, all of those things. So cooking was a pain and I hated it. And I always hated it. And I've hated it really my whole life. So this is nothing new. But the very first week I'm on the patches, I am in the kitchen whipping up all sorts of dishes. I must have cooked more in the first week than I had cooked in a year. And I'm like, I don't know why I hated cooking. Cooking isn't so bad. And I'm in here cooking up a storm and I'm just thinking, I know why I hated cooking. I just didn't have the energy. I just didn't have the energy after working all day, taking care of family. I didn't have it in me at the end of the day. And when you get your energy back, all of a sudden things that you thought were drudgery are now fun and you just do them. And you're like, this isn't bad at all. I'm actually enjoying myself. You just enjoy life so much more when you're getting deeper sleep, when you're waking up before your alarm, when you're then exercising and you're doing all the right things. It's like you just keep doing better and better and better as a result of these patches. Truly, I'm so much healthier year in than I was before. I would drag myself out of bed. I would just, if I went to the gym, it was just, I hated it, right? And now I wake up before my alarm. I'm ready to go. I enjoy it. I recover faster. Everything is better. Everything is better. My heart is better. My brain is better. My emotions are better. I mean, it just lifted me out of a depression, right? So it was not just the energy, but my mood completely lifted. So many things changed for me really quickly.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. And not to say that if you start, you're going to become a cook, but it just shows you sometimes we don't understand why we hate a certain thing. And like Darlene said, the light bulb went on for her and said, oh, it's just because I didn't have the energy. But that would be wonderful because cooking for yourself is very healthy. But anyway, I remembered that story and thank you so much for sharing that. And you're absolutely right. When we do get better sleep, when we do have the energy to recover faster, to go to to work out wherever that might be, and even to prepare food that's healthy for us, we feel so much better. So it really is a whole life change that these patches offer for you. And like you said, it's something that it's new technology, but think of the possibilities. That's what I always say. What are the possibilities that you have here and what have you got to lose? Because I really love that your friend, did go to the individual with cancer and said, just try these. What have you got to lose? And look at her now. So that's absolutely incredible. Well, I appreciate you sharing more of this information with us, Darlene. And because we're here on the Epic Vision Zone, I have one last question, which is, if your life were an epic story, what would the title be?
That's always such a good question. And I guess I would say this, that I will thrive, not just survive. Like I will thrive emotionally and physically, and I will have the goal of helping others do the same.
Yes, absolutely. And isn't it interesting, when we give, we receive? Because you said nothing turns your heart and opens your heart more, turns your heart on and opens it more than hearing from your clients. And
Jane,
it's so rewarding.
I get texts every day that are just mind-blowing from Army Rangers that have been blown up and survived helicopter crashes, breaking vertebrae and supposedly going to be paralyzed for life, to just the person who writes me and says, hey, I've been on the patches a month and my blood pressure dropped from 170 to 130 and my right knee pain and swelling is gone and my allergy attack stopped, my vertigo stopped, my tinnitus stopped, my acid reflux stopped, I've lost weight, I'm doing great in the pool. I mean, just and I'm just like, wow, I get that every day. And so what a wonderful, wonderful feeling to have helped somebody feel that good.
Yeah, it really is. And your pets, because that I think is absolutely amazing. Because our pets are family. And, you've told me stories and I'm just like amazed. I said, how do I get it on my kitty cat? Because she has all that fur. And Darlene says, well, just put it on top of her fur because it does the same. So I'm like, okay, I can do that for sure. Yes. Well, thank you so much again. And I encourage everyone to please pick up the phone or send an email to Darlene. We'll have all of that information on the Epic Vision Zone bio pages. But she's just incredible to chat with, learn about what this thing can do, and take a look at what is available for you and your family and friends and pets. And be sure to follow me on Instagram at Jane Applegath. And don't forget to connect with me at janeapplegath.com, where you can access your free downloads, Creative Power and Vision Play. Sending you so much love and health. This is the Epic Vision Zone, transforming your dreams into epic success.